I am excited. God is good. We give him the praise, the glory, and the honor. I tell you, I am just excited to be alive, to be here in the land of the living. Man, oh man, oh man, look, God allowed us to be here another time. We are here on Wall Street, here in the studio. I thank God. Listen, I want you to call two, three people. Let them know the Christian Fellowship Council is on the air, providing great inspirational songs of praise, up-to-date community information. I'm Willie Saunders, and I'm going to be bringing it to you live, right along with our brother Gary is with us. We have our brother Anthony with us. We have our brother King King Melvin with us. We also have our brother Fitzgerald with us, and we're going to have our Sister Claudine. We have our Pastor Valerie. So we got a great program in store for you. So keep it locked. Don't you dare touch that dial. We're going to be coming to you right now. And I was going to put a couple of commercials on to get them out of the way, but right now there's a lot of things happening. A lot of things that are happening, and I tell you, I just hope that that we know and the people know, the people of God continues to pray because there's so many things happening. Let me just say hi to everybody here. Introduce. We have our brother Tony. How you doing, brother Tony?
Oh, I'm good, brother. How are you?
I am blessed. How's God? How's everything going?
Oh, great, man. Great. I can't complain at all.
Praise God. We got King Melvin is here with us. God bless you, King Melvin. How are you?
I'm blessed and highly favored and flavored.
Okay, now you coming real low. You near these?
Yeah, right here.
Oh, okay. Praise God. So we thank God for you. We also have our brother Fitzgerald. Now I understand I'm supposed to be doing something. We have a little technical difficulty, but he'll be on with us very shortly. We have our brother Gary. Brother Gary, how you doing, man?
Hello. Hey, listen, I want everybody to know that we are live on YouTube. And if you want to know where to go to see us live, just go to Willie's Facebook page. So, Willie, I think your Facebook page is facebook.com, Willie Saunders. I think that's it right then and there. So also it's on the CFC Christian. You can also go to facebook.com/Christian Fellowship Council. And it's in there. You can go there to also see us live. And please, I want to show you something here. I want you to visit our page, and I want you to visit our CFC page. Willie, can you see that?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it needs a little work there, but at least you can go there, and you can please, if you get a chance, you can buy radio time and you can donate. Donate right there. Click on that link. Help us stay on the phone, and you can donate right there. Anthony, I see you admitting you. So,
all right, thank you, sir.
Now, and at 3:30, we have the weekly program from Wheeler Ministries, also Into the Storm ministry, which is part of the Wheeler ministry, which is addiction and addiction prevention and stopping. So again, 317-750-1471. If you are in addiction of any type, you need help, they are there to help, and it's free. So that's very important. So if you need people that are in that situation, hey, fentanyl deaths are at a long time high. So it's better to stop this than before people die. And I got a text today, Willie, from Dennis Abrams from Wheeler Ministries. 2 of their people died this week from overdose.
Oh my God.
They what do they call it? They went back and they went back and got re-addicted. Hey, Anthony, I see you. So, if you're out there and you know someone, get them connected to 317-750-1471, Into the Storm ministry singular, and they'll take care of you. It's very important. And also take care of us at the CFC page worldwide. CFCpage.com. And we love it. We're looking forward to it. So what's the topic for today, Mr. Boss, Mr. Willie?
It just went out of my mind just that quick. I tell you.
Well, I think what we put on is God's moving. God's hand is moving. That's what we put on in the YouTube.
Yes.
And God's hand is moving. And I'll tell you, and I'm going to show you yourself on screen here. That'll be funny. We'll show yourself on screen. There you go, Willie. You see yourself?
Wait a minute. It's coming up. Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Oh, wow. Man,
So
we're
on.
35 years old.
You are.
Wow.
You are. You look great.
Yeah. Hey, wait a minute. Now, everybody, you hear Gary with that sound in his voice, the joyful sound and the relaxation. Do you know where, Gary, tell our listening audience where you just came from. Where did you and your wife just do?
We just went for a 5-mile walk on the beach.
On the beach.
On the beach, yeah.
Sunny weather.
Well, it was a little chilly. It was just 70 degrees,
Oh, my God.
Oh,
my God.
Rub it in.
Yeah. Just.
So, hey, Willie, and I signed up for a running race. I'm going to run in 2 weeks in Daytona Raceway. I'm pretty excited about it. I've done it once before, but I'll be running on the raceway where the cars race, and I'm actually, by running the race, I get a ticket to watch. They call the Rolex Race Series. They have a race series, and I'll be able to stay and watch it. So that's pretty exciting. Next week from Saturday.
Oh, wow! Listen, I love to run. I always ran. I used to run from World Trade Center back in the day. One up to Central Park.
What? That's got to be about 7 miles one way. 8 miles? No, maybe more.
Yeah. But we used to go past there. We used to go right up into Harlem. We'd turn around and we'd come back down. And
wait. You used to do a 20-mile run?
I didn't know how many miles it was. All I knew was just that we did it every time we came to New York, and we came to New York 3 or 4 times every week. We loved New York.
I'm impressed.
And I did skating, but see, my knee, and I don't understand it. My knee is still bothering me. I've been talking to Claudine, and she sent me some something that helps your cartilage or whatever, because anyway.
Willie, a lot of it has to do with how people are running. People are not trained how to run properly, and if you're not running properly, you're going to hurt your knees. You're older. I'm an older person. I still run. But yeah, I'm very aware of how I place my feet, what I'm doing with my hands. I'll give you a little hint. If you're slapping, your feet are slapping, your knees are absorbing every footstep, and that's going to hurt you. So run silent and run fast.
Yeah, you know what I did? I stopped running on the asphalt, and I started running in the grass. You always see the little grass part right there. I run on the grass. I always run on the grass, because I noticed the impact was less on my knees. But you're right. You're so right. Listen, you guys, I'm always a troublemaker. And listen, I don't see King Melvin on. Are you on, King Melvin?
Will Redding is trying to join. He's hung up. I don't know what's going on. We see Anthony. Anthony, how are you?
I'm good, man. How are you? I'm
what do you
jealous
wanna
of
talk-
you being down there in Florida, though.
Come on down. I am in the primo place to live. Nobody knows about this place, but I'm telling you, it's 20 minutes from the beach. I'm 3 houses away from the pool. I'm 3 miles from every store you can possibly manage. So,
oh, wow.
You got to come down here. You come down, I'll show you around. I'll hook you up with my real estate agent. I'd love to have you down here.
I keep getting invitations. I just haven't taken any down here to come to either.
Really, and then we can tell Dr. Connor we'll be working together down here.
Oh, that would be great. I tell you, man. Listen, something I was going to say. You guys know that I'm a troublemaker.
Uh-oh.
They say that I am. And I got a clip for Gary to put on, and I want everybody to hear this clip. And I heard this, and I said, oh, my God, I have to let our listeners hear this. And I played it for a few other people. I said, I don't want to be so controversial. I don't want to, I hate those, you get into those conversations about this, about black, about white, and about this and that and the other. But this, I heard this. I said, you know what? I want to put this on, and we'll start the program after we heard it. And so, go ahead, Gary. Can you enlighten us with that clip?
Well, I'm trying to find it. Give me a minute. Somehow I lost it.
Can I say something?
Oh, absolutely.
Go ahead.
Well, definitely, Gary. I go down to Florida every month for a week. So I'm leaving out of here Thursday. So
What part of Florida you go to?
I go to Jacksonville.
So it's only about an hour and 15 minutes away.
Okay, yeah. So I don't play that. I mean, every week, every month I go for a week, and it's just good to have the balance of both worlds.
You guys got the life. Wow.
I'm ready here, Willie. I'm ready.
You ready? Okay,
Yeah.
One thing about that, I was going to say, he's going to Florida. My anniversary is coming up on the 29th of this month. We've been married for 28 years, and we've been together for 33. And I got to tell you, God knows what you need. Go ahead, Gary.
Wow.
I've been married 34 years.
Oh, so you got me.
We just got to let King Melvin in now.
No, I don't got you. You got 8 kids. I only got 3.
No, I got 8 boys and 3 girls.
What? 11? Holy cow. God bless you. God bless
You got to go some, Gary. You got to go a little
Holy
bit more.
cow, I got to catch up there.
Hey, Gary, can you let King Melvin in now? I think he's ready.
Oh, there he is. Yep, hold on.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm going to show you now.
you.
Hold on. Are we ready?
Yes. Here we go.
Can you see it?
I can see it.
I
but we
think
don't
back
hear it.
on the African American people.
Can you
in
hear it?
America.
Yes.
I think how that they were taken against their wills, put in the belly of ships, brought over here, beat, cussed. Many of them died in the guts of those ships, thrown overboard. They were pulled from families over there. You ain't never heard a gut-wrenching song. You hear a black person sing one of those old black Negro spirituals. Nobody knows. I can't sing it like that, see, because I hadn't experienced what they be. When you've experienced hell, it comes out of the voice. I said, when you experience hell, it comes out of the voice. If you're one of those people that you got problem with black people or whatever, you better shut your mouth, because they're God's people. You better hear what I'm saying to you. You better shut your white mouth. You better shut your white mouth. I'm not kidding you. I know some of you was raised in the deep South, and you was raised by prejudiced people and bigoted people. You better get that out of your system. You better get it out of your system. It'll cause you to suffer right along with those masters. It'll cause you to suffer right along with them. These are God's people. And I know that there's wicked in white races and wicked in black races and all that. I'm not justifying none of that stuff. I'm just saying God knows what happened to the black race. He knows how they wound up over here, and God is going to reimburse the black people for all their trouble and all their labor. You watch what I tell you.
Wow. That was pretty.
You're going to get everybody who's black get reimbursed. Get your hands ready. If you're black, the money's going to coming down. It's coming down. Yeah, everybody's going to get.
Y'all went down from heaven, huh?
Yeah, I'll tell you. Forget about manna. We're talking cash.
Well, I got to tell you, I am just excited about the fact that we are still here. We are still living. We are still making it, where so many forces was put against us not to be here, to be completely gone. But God, I just said, but God.
Yeah.
And so I just say, anytime I hear something like that, not to be
Tell you what,
controversial.
I heard a black preacher say something sometime. It really stuck to me. He says, all this stuff was horrible, what happened to the black race. But he says, thank God that it happened, because the black people would not be in America. It'd be an all-white country. And we don't want that. We want to have every culture here. So
I'd like to add my 2 cents. It was black people here already in America. It's just that they got overshadowed by some horrible people Native Americans, a lot of Native American black people were black and people of color, but a lot of people got shipped over here as well. So
yeah.
Well,
I like to add my little 2 cents of history.
No,
Anthony, stuff that I know. So
we want to hear it. We want to hear it. But I got to tell you something. The worst lynching in American history, it was to a group of Italians. All right, and I'll share that with you next time.
Well, I have to.
I thought you were going to say something about Emmett Till, because that was, to me, that stays.
yeah.
Even though it was a long time and I wasn't even born when that happened, but it's just the fact that you could have a group of people that was so heartless, and that you could, I can't kill an animal. I got one of these antique shotguns and everything, and my next door neighbor, he has a gun club. They have got 40 acres across the street from my place where I live, and he shoots deer, and he shoots the clay pigeons, and he had me there, and I'm bam, bam, and I hate the sound of it, And so we have these, I don't know, what are they, chickmunks or something, but they go in the ground and make a hole, and he catches them. So I said, oh, we got a lot of these things running. He says, you saw some? I said, yeah. He says, I'm going to come over, I'm going to get him. So he came over, and he has his gun there. And I'm looking at the little chipmunk he's eating, and with his head going in there. And he's bearing down on him. And I say, hold up. I say, Chris, don't worry about it.
That's God's creature.
Don't worry about it. I just don't, I don't want to see nobody. But when you can kill something, when you can hurt something, you can cause pain to something living. I know we eat food, we eat chickens. I'm probably they'll take me up.
We all murderers of chickens.
Chickens kill so many chickens.
I wouldn't use the word murder. I think God has allowed us to eat animals. It's allowed in the Bible.
I do too. And at least we're eating what we do that are being killed for us to eat. But I'm just saying, when you look and listen and see the history, it's just amazing how humans, there's human beings that have that evilness.
They go out there
in
to kill animals. Animals and do nothing to you.
Mean as they possibly can. But anyway, today I just wanted to talk about it. We got a lot of things that's happening, a lot of things that's going on here in New York. We got a young lady who was pushed in front of the train. As you know, she was pushed in front of a train from a guy that committed a crime, and he just signed, Nobel?
The guy that pushed her?
Yeah. He should have been locked up, but he signed Nobel, and he was back on
released,
the street. And he was able to. She would be alive now had he been held.
And he had mental issues as well, I believe.
Yeah, but.
And she was a young Asian woman.
He should have been,
locked
up. Now, I don't know how many people will have a problem with me saying, well, he should have continuously been locked up. But I have a real problem with someone. You got to kill this volume. When I hear about these guys, they have these problems with their wives, domestic issues, and the wife called the police, and the police come and arrest the guy, and he goes down, and he just signed his name, and he comes home and kill her.
Willie, I'm showing on the screen the woman that was pushed. I'll show it. I don't know if you can see it. There was a vigil hold.
Yeah.
Times Square, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
They had a picture.
I had the mayor and everyone. Because it was senseless. It's senseless. I don't understand this. And like I say, the system, our criminal system or justice system here in America has been criminal against black-skinned people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's been an injustice. It was set up wrong,
Mm-hmm.
And I see that, and we experience that, and I've lived that. I mean, the point is I'm trying to make is that in trying to make the system better, I think you're hurting the people most, especially in the inner city,
Yeah.
as opposed to trying to, revamp the system or saying this is bad or this is good or this is where it went wrong. I think you should, you should have to look at it in a way where you don't just put everybody at risk.
Yeah,
Our seniors,
Mm-hmm.
and you got thugs that committed crimes on older people. They're only going to get somebody that looks weak,
Yeah.
somebody with gray hair, with
Yeah.
a cane. It's somebody that's going to give them some resistance. They're not going to get that person.
They're not going to attack somebody of equal stature to them.
Right. So in our neighborhoods, if we got someone that decided to be a thug or a criminal, a robber, a murderer, or a rapist, or whatever, and they're running around in our neighborhood, wouldn't it be better to keep that person locked up? I mean, you guys tell me, because I
Yeah.
know the whole system has been set up, and
For us to fail.
well, it's been
Yeah.
set up against the system. It's two sets of systems. There's a
Yeah.
white system
Yeah.
and there's a black system.
Double standards. Yeah.
There's systems where you would get. I told you my son never had stayed out of the house or whatever, and got caught up with some friends, and they wanted to give him. He's 17 years old, no record, good, graduated from a high school, doing really good. One time, got in the car with his friends,
Mm-hmm.
and they go and beat up some other friends.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know they wanted to give him 48 years? So I don't want to get into that. That's not what I'm going to talk about.
That's
But the point is, there is definitely two systems. There's a system for black people,
Yeah.
and there's a system for white
Well, you
people.
see it all the
Okay.
time. They get a slap on the wrist, and we get the maximum penalty. You know what I mean?
And so, but I think things are changing. I think they're trying to change it. I think people are looking at the system and saying this is an injustice to Black America.
Yeah.
Period.
I just
Now-
wanted to say that I'm just listening, and as far as I'm concerned, and everybody have their own perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So my perspective is this great city of New York, it's working. Now, we, with our limited understanding or our perception, we entitled to say it's not working, and we entitled to say it is working. I must say, I've been here all my life, and you can't appreciate the light without the darkness. We might not agree with everything, and we don't have to, but trust me, I'm standing on that it's working, and it's going to get better, and that's just my perspective. That's all.
Oh, okay. So you found no problems with the criminal systems here in the state of New York?
No, I my concept is we create our own reality. That's where I stand.
Yeah, that's true.
We create our own reality. And if we have a reality that's not favorable, we need to create another one. I know I create my own reality, and a whole lot of it was my perspective and my fault. So I took responsibility and changed my reality, because we do all have the ability to change our reality. So, but everybody's truth is their truth.
Okay. Well, we got a program that's going to be coming up, so I don't want to get too deep. But you think the Nobel system is a good system, trying to make
I don't know what is that Nobel. You talking about the Nobel Peace Prize? I don't know what you're talking about there.
That's what I was thinking too, Gary.
Nobel
You go to jail and you get a Nobel Peace Prize. That's a pretty nice
I was
deal.
like, this guy committed.
I want to get arrested because they get $200,000.
Gary.
Yeah.
That much,
Get out of
Gary?
jail, they give
Leave
you a
it to
check
Gary to
with
say that, right?
Hey, we're going to be going over to
Yes.
another program, not the same program, but we're going to be going over to another part of it. but we're going to come back. But I want King Melvin to explain to me when he say that we create our own. What did you say?
Reality.
We create our own reality. So tell me how you're creating your own reality. I want you to get into that.
Well, you got 30 seconds.
After this program. When we come back, we're going to come back to that because I thought we had no control over
I did too. I once thought that too, but
well, maybe you can enlighten me. You can enlighten me.
Sure, I'll be glad to talk to you about that.
Okay. Well, Gary, just set it up for.
Thank you. So we're going to go into the Storm Ministries. That's intothestormministry.org, singular. Into the Storm Ministry. It is a ministry of addiction. If you are addicted to anything, the number is 317-750-1471, 317-750-1471. Use it. Call that number if you're in trouble. So I'm going to play a video about triggers. Now, everybody talks about trigger words, but there's also triggers with addiction. So let me just play that for you right now from Wheeling Ministries. To the weekly video podcast of Into the Storm Ministries, Finding Freedom in Christ for Those in Addiction, with founder Dennis Abrams in association with Wheeler Missions. Each week, Dennis will deliver a unique message for those struggling with any types of addiction to find true freedom in Christ. Just as the buffalo is the only animal that goes straight into a storm and does not avoid it, IntoTheStormMinistries.org will help addicted people through their own struggles to find freedom in Christ. Please welcome Dennis Abrams.
Hey, good afternoon. This is Dennis Abrams from Into the Storm Ministry. And just wanted to talk today a little bit about triggers and things that cause people not only to relapse, but to keep going back to that item. And if you look at pornography, that's where I had my worst battle with. It wasn't drugs or alcohol or anything, but you just get to a point where you're feeling like you don't have a purpose, like you're just on automatic pilot. And if you don't have that purpose and you don't have a drive or a goal to reach, then it just becomes, agonizing some days to just even get through the day. And when you get a plan, I call it a battle plan. And when our guys leave here from the program, they have a battle plan in place where they're going to reach out and do this, this, and this. And the three things they automatically do is connect with the church, get a job, and find housing. And the reason why they connect with the church first and foremost is because they need to get that community back. They need to be able to have that brotherhood, continue to learn what they've been taught here as far as the gospel and everything else, and then walking out that lifestyle as far as a Christian man. And a lot of times, some of the hindrances will be, they're not here in community, or you're not going to meetings or whatever else, and then all of a sudden, at night or whatever else, it starts creeping in the pain that has gone on in your life. And those painful memories, maybe it's the pain that you caused others, it may not even be the pain that people caused you, but you start feeling that guilt, start feeling shame, and that opens the door. And that was mine. Is I would get angry, short-tempered, feeling like, well, I deserve this, whether it was looking at pornography or masturbation or whatever. That was my purpose, is to just cover up that pain. And Seth Taylor is a writer on this topic, and he says that it's medicating. You're self-medicating. You're putting a bandage on a shot. Let's see, what was it? You try to put a bandage on a shotgun wound, and it's just not going to work. And so as you go through that cycle, then after you've seen that pain and talked about that pain, and then reacted to that pain, then you're mad, you're angry, and then that anger, everyone else has to be the blunt of that anger. Nobody else is free from that. It's not like you're internalizing it and keeping it to yourself. So, and then with that is just this continued cycle as it goes around. You've got the pain, you don't have the purpose, you got the pain, then you've got the anger, and then comes the shame, and it's just this continual motion. And that shame and everything else is what the devil feeds off of, and that's the thing that the devil drives on with us and tries to have us committing more and more sins and staying far from God. And then as you come out of it, like I've done, what's crazy is you see how much time you've completely wasted on nothing that gave anything back, no kind of investment whatsoever on return. And what happens is when I say it, when you're living right or you're doing the right thing, when you start being honest and people start believing you for the first time, it's shocking, because it's like, I just told the truth, and it's that easy, and it is that easy, but it's also that hard, because you get into this rhythm of the pain, the anger, the shame, pain, anger, shame. And just for any kind of addict, whether it's gambling, whether it's shopping, whether it's eating, you name it, that cycle's there, and that cycle will remain there until you find a way to, not just to cope with it, but to overcome it with God, and through prayer, through reading the scripture, and through community. That's where you're going to find freedom. And like I said in the past spots, you've got Samson Society for guys with pornography and lust problems. You got Sex Anonymous. You got Alcoholics Anonymous. You've got an Overcomers group. I know there's Overcomers group in our area that is Christ-based. So as you're coming out of your addiction, just know that you've got to continue to build that tool chest and that war chest of people you can reach out to, people you can stay in contact with. And like I said, if you're looking for content, Into the Storm Ministry website, intothestormministry.org. Then I've got a podcast as well, Into the Storm Ministry. There's links on my website for all that. And if you just can't find anything in your area, email me. I've had a couple of people email and say, hey, I'm looking for a place just to hang out with guys, and I need some help. And so we did a search and found some places in their area. And it didn't have to necessarily be a group. It could just be an online group. So as you're going through this next week, just think about things that have triggered you in the past, that continue the cycle of sin, and just know that we're here for you. Thanks a lot, and have a great week.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
We're
Willie,
back.
so listen, I spoke to Dennis today via text, and I just want to say this is serious addiction. They had 2 people relapse and die this week. This is life or death. If you're addicted and you need help, or someone needs help, just call 317-750-1471. They have a number of different tracks. The track for pornography is very easy. It's you don't have to go anywhere. You just get online with a couple of friends, and you can share your heart whenever you want. They got meetings every day. The track for addiction, if it's drugs or alcohol, it's a little bit more serious, because that's a little bit harder to get out of. So they have a free seminar that you go to, and it takes a few weeks. So 317-750-1471, intothestormministry.org. Willie, back to you.
Oh, well, praise God. I got to tell you, we just thank God for Dennis and the Into the Storm Ministries, because what that does, that gives us a little, when we have people that need help right away, we have a place where we can send them somebody that's standing there, a place for a bed, a place for to take them in and be able to really help them, get them the help that they need. And I feel real bad that you were telling me 2 of the people died over the week.
Yes, this is serious stuff. Addiction is serious.
Yeah.
And people need help. You can't do it on your own.
Well, and a lot of us think we can. A lot of us, a lot of men, we have that I don't need, help. I can do it myself, and that can get us in trouble a lot of times. Most of the time it does. But,
Willie, you're the host now. I got a couple of minutes. About 3:45, I'll be gone. Just giving you a heads up.
Okay, all right. Listen, man, you got sunshine and 70-degree weather. Oh my God, I'd be gone too.
You can't say where you're at exactly, though, right, Gary? You can't.
Well, yeah, I'm near Daytona, Florida. Daytona.
Oh, Daytona.
Wow.
Yeah, I heard Daytona. I got a friend of mine from Daytona. She
I'm
racetrack and everything. Yeah.
I'm going to the racetrack in a week. I'll be running.
All right.
There's a race right on the racetrack. Can you believe that's pretty exciting?
Cool.
It's hard to leave New York City though, because you don't get New York City everywhere. So.
Do you
Yeah,
miss New
yeah.
York?
You know, you don't get the rats or the taxes or the people pushing you on the tracks.
The good stuff.
That's
right?
all the stuff you gotta miss. You know.
People, the pissy subways and people sleeping on the train.
Oh, I miss all that stuff. You kidding me? Good work.
Hey, I lived there my whole life, so I do love New York, but from my perspective, it was going in a direction I just couldn't take anymore. So I need to move.
Sure.
It's pretty much there with the direction it was going, and I guess you were trying to avoid. It's
yes, yeah, it's
Good
there.
for you.
Thank God. So, I tell you, it's just great. I hear the is Omicron,
Omicron, yeah.
Omicron is down. If I'm not mistaken, if I heard it right, 47%.
Is that good or bad? I think that's good, right, Willie? I'm not sure what you're saying.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, that's awesome that these cases are going down.
Probably because there's not a lot of people on the streets as much.
By the way,
today,
if anyone is listening and you want to dial in and talk to Willie, please feel free. It's 212-219-9695, 212-219-9695, and you can talk to Willie live on the air.
Yeah, we gotta get the listeners calling in.
Come on, call in 212-219-9695. Give your 2 cents about Omicron, about white on black crime, about all the things that we were talking about. What's your opinion? We want to hear it.
Yeah, thanks, Gary.
Yeah, I like that Gary said you're live, not dead. You can talk to them live, not dead. I like that, Gary.
Well, I saw a movie where they're coming back to life and eating people. I don't know if that's coming around, but I've seen a couple of movies like that. That scares me.
Oh, guys. Yeah. Hey, but before we went over to Into the Storm ministry, we were talking, and our King Melvin had said something to the effect that we create our own
reality.
Our own reality. I just like him to explain that to me, because for so many years the blacks have been discriminated against within the criminal justice system. I mean, we got the longest sentence. If we got caught with something, I don't know, marijuana at that time, because I guess it was illegal, a little marijuana, we got life. There's somebody in down in the southern area that I was reading about. He is, I think he stole an apple. He was hungry. He stole an apple, and he's still in prison. And he's turned an old man. He did almost.
You're kidding.
46 years in the South. He stole an apple to eat, and they arrested him, took him to jail, sentenced him to 50 years.
Oh my God!
I'd
love to hear. I want to hear more about that. I want to hear about.
Okay. I'll find that and I'll bring it.
Yeah, I mean that's terrible. Hey, listen, I'm going to get going, but can I say one thing to Melvin?
Absolutely.
Melvin, we have to be careful.
King
Melvin. I'm sorry. Well, for me, it's only King Jesus. He's a king. So, but we have to be careful when we get to the point of people creating their own reality, because when it comes to truth, there's really only one truth. If you believe in Jesus, you're going to live for eternity. And if someone says, well, that's your point of view, I don't agree with it, it doesn't change the fact that they're not going to live for eternity. So I agree that in our mind, we create a reality, but we have to turn our hearts over to Jesus and see things in a Christian way of love, of loving one another, and perhaps walking a mile in other people's shoes. So because Jesus did that, remember the analogy of the Samaritan? Well, you could use that analogy as a white person walking down the street and there's a black person across the street laying down. What are you going to do? You're going to take care of him? And God says, well, the person that does take care of him is blessed in heaven. So we've got to take care of one another. So we have to be aware of what the truth is. There is a truth. It's not our own truth. All right, Willie. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank
Melvin.
you so much, Gary. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Kim Melvin.
I want to go back to King Melvin because I want him to explain that to me so I can understand it, because I just felt that we can change our view on how we look at things and how we approach situations. But, when you have a system that, the color of your skin, they pull you over, they shoot you, they've killed you, they've killed our people. I mean, they've just for nothing. When you think of some of the things some of the injustice that was done.
The cruel
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
I don't want to bring them all up, but you can just look at George Floyd.
Yeah.
Just look at that.
Yeah.
Look at in this guy's eyes how he sat there and thought he was okay to do that, to press the life out of another human being.
Yeah.
How could George Floyd have changed his,
reality.
in that particular situation?
Exactly.
Now, he could have changed his life. He could have done something and not been there.
Mm-hmm.
But in that particular situation, how could he have changed his
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
You understand? So go ahead. Go ahead, King Melvin. I want you to just give me a little enlightenment, because I see that they're trying to change the system now. I see some prevailing minds, people that are looking over and saying this is wrong, this is not right, and so they're changing. And I said, two wrongs don't make a right, and you can sometimes overreach. So so they've put these systems in place, Nobel system. Okay, yeah, but it should be a certain type of crime that should apply to.
Yeah.
If a guy threatened my life or hurt me or something, and the police come and arrest him, I don't want that Nobel to assist to him, to be for him, because he's going to go back. Oh, so you call the cops on me? Okay, now what?
Yeah.
So that to me is like, okay, if you put that in place, have a certain situation that it applies to.
Mm-hmm.
It cannot apply across the board, because this young guy, this guy that had the mental problems, whatever, he was out on a Nobel situation, and you saw what happened. He pushed this lady in front of a train.
Yeah, and obviously it was mental issues, of course, which he wasn't getting help for.
Yeah, so I just want, I'm going to throw it back over to King Melvin, and he can please enlighten me on, how we can change our own narrative or our own reality.
Well, basically, I just going to say that our minds are conditioned, and I always say about our minds being out of tune. Don't get me wrong, I am not saying any of these issues you expounded on is either right or either wrong. But I am saying that if your mind is out of tune, and what I mean by a mind being out of tune, a lot of us, how we think in our environments, our upbringing, and the bottom line is, anything that you've done, I'm into taking full responsibility. Now, any life experience that you create, you thought of it, you did it. Now, I'm not saying you might have done it intentionally, but the bottom line, at the end of the day, you did it. We create our own reality. If I do something, I might have made a mistake. I don't care if it's a mistake or not, but I still did it. So I'm saying that when we create our own reality, it's not like somebody takes a 45 to your head and make you do anything.
Mm-hmm.
No one jumps you in the alley and takes a 45 to your head and say, listen, now, I ain't crazy now. If somebody jumped me in the alley with a 45 and say, you better do this, you best believe I'm going to do it so I can live another day.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't going to be no fool. But if they didn't jump you in the alley and put a 45 to your temple and made you do something, I didn't say you did it on purpose, but at the end of the day, you did do it. So when I say we create our own reality, now if we want to be big boys and girls, we need to step up to the plate and say, you know what? I do create my own reality. Nobody makes me do anything. I make a choice, be it good or be it bad. Me, King Melvin, made that choice. So when I say you create your own reality, I'm not saying, I always like to use the term tuned mind and untuned mind. Now, if you made a choice with an untuned mind and it caused you negative, you still did it. You might have didn't do it on purpose, but you did do it. So whatever a person does, so all these circumstances we see in the world today, people are making their reality. Now, I'm living in the same planet that everybody else is living in, and I have a different reality because I made real clear when I got discovered that I was creating my own reality and I didn't like it. God, explain to me. Let us make man in our image and likeness. And he let me understand that I have the power to create my own reality. If I don't like my world or like my reality, I do have the power to change it because I didn't like my reality when I was coming up, but when I understood that I had to keys my fingers on the radio dial, that I can change my mindset to a different frequency and a different reality, I was able to do that, and voila, I have a different reality. So I'm not saying anything is wrong or right because I don't get into the concept of wrong and right because that concept of wrong and right, that's another way of judging. I ain't into that because it's all good and it's all working. Now, if our human understanding, God say don't lean on your own limited human understanding, I don't do that. I just stay neutral, and I ain't judging nobody, and I ain't saying that's right, and I ain't saying that's wrong. All I do know, if God created this experience called reality, who am I, with my limited understanding, to say that's right or that's wrong? Now, again, we all have our right to our truth. And I'm sticking a fork in it right there.
Well, okay. I'll say I think we were talking about two different things. I was thinking about something that's already in place. That
the system.
The system is already in place. We tried to change that reality for decades, and to no avail. So, I mean, we can change how we perceive or how we do things. And
I like that you say that, Willie, because newsflash, newsflash, we only got power to change our own personal reality.
Okay, so then we
on the same. We on the same page.
Same page. We can change
We're connected
ours.
in the dots.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we can't change what other people are going to think. What other people are going to do. So we on the same page.
So whatever it's already set.
Come on now, we're right there.
In place.
Yes.
Yeah, that's there.
Yes.
But I guess I was just trying to make a point to to changing the system. Right now we have everybody looking at our justice system, and they're seeing how unfair. We've had some judges up in Pennsylvania to go to jail. Well, I don't know that they went to jail. I know they were kicked off the bench.
Disbarred and stuff.
Yeah. Because what they were doing, they were giving black young men extended sentences, much longer, and putting them in their friend's private jail, keeping it completely full, so they were making money hand over fist.
It's all about that money.
And so when they start reviewing the cases, reviewing some of the things, and they found out that that it was a criminal enterprise, and they kicked the judges off the bench. I don't know to what extent.
Criminal.
I don't know that any of them went to jail, but I can do some research.
It's interesting that you said that criminal enterprise within the justice system, the legal justice system. That is just like ironic, just this total Yes.
Like again,
Crazy.
we can't
Yeah.
we can't do what other people are doing. But I know my little reality.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm going to create it the way I want it. If I don't want to attract anything that I don't want, I just tune my station. I change my vibration.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't thinking nothing but love, joy, and peace. Now, if anybody want to go on another channel, that's all right too. But I'm just not. I'm not in that channel. I've been there, done that, and it don't feel good, and it wrecks my health. And I am not into that. I'm into just keeping everything wonderful because that's what I like.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
You know, I have a way. May I just make a comment?
Absolutely.
I like what King Melvin is saying in terms of even like perception, how people do create their own reality, how you see things and how you perceive things, how you think about things, often influence how you act and respond to things. So, say for example, you see a person who, let's say they're choosing or justifying doing a specific type of a crime. It could be something small. It could be a petty theft, or something pet. Stealing. Let's just say stealing. Now they'll justify that stealing because of a need. They're in survival mode, or they'll come up with an idea, an excuse for what they're doing. The society is unequal. Look what the society put me through. I'm poor. They'll come up with a justification, mental justification. Now that's their and that's another way of dealing with their perception of how they see the world. Some people see law enforcement a certain way. They look at them. They call them negative things. They call them pigs. So if they're confronted and a law enforcement officer says, they might just ask them a question, and they might start to react. This person might start to react crazy, just because they're being approached by law enforcement and what they think about law enforcement. Law enforcement might say, "Can you stop or freeze or whatever?" They'll start running. Stop. They'll keep running. So it's really interesting what he's saying, because there are times we actually can create situation scenarios. Now the legal system, the penal system, the way the judicial system, the way it is, obviously it's been proven there's a tremendous amount of inequality. Mm-hmm. And then like you say, Willie, how sentences are rendered and things like that. But sometimes there are people who, because they have a perception, they're prone to do certain types of crimes. They themselves put themselves in specific situations. Like if I'm told, don't stand on the street selling cigarettes, I could choose to say, well, I'm going to go stand on the street and sell cigarettes. Why? You don't have a right to tell me to not stand on the street and sell cigarettes. So what I'm saying is that's a total looking at law enforcement way. Well, I don't have to do what they say. Mm-hmm. You see what I mean?
Perfect.
And they can put themselves in a situation based on
Amen.
Their perception, the reality, the way they see reality.
Well, I hear what you're saying, but how do you change the reality when you are, what is it, DWB?
Listen, Willie.
Driving while black.
Yeah.
How do you change that perception?
Willie, let me just share something with you. I'm a black man that grew up in the greatest city in the world, New York City. When I didn't change my perspective or tuned my mind, as I used to call, like I like to call it, I attracted all kind of crap towards me. Soon as I changed my perspective, and if there's some laws, I'm going to make sure I deal with the laws, so I don't bring. Before, like Darryl said, who did to tell me I can't sell cigarettes on the streets? I mean, I do what I want to do, and then you're going to attract You know,
Well,
listen, I'm not saying it's right. Don't get me wrong. I am not condoning what happened. All I'm saying is that we attract a lot of stuff to ourselves.
I don't think we're talking about apples and oranges here. We're talking about it's two different situations. Yes,
How is
can. Very easy. Okay. We're going to be taking a break. We're going to be going over to the other side in about 2 minutes. But I can create my
that's reality.
My reality for me here. But if I'm perceived differently from others, I have no control over that.
Exactly. Yeah.
None.
That's true.
So that's all I'm saying. And if like I say, driving while black.
Yeah.
Where did that even come from? You understand?
Yeah.
But it is a reality.
There was a woman who was stopped while she was driving while black, right? And there was a Facebook video about it. She literally took the time.
Hey, brother Fitzgerald, getting ready to go to a break, and when we come right back, we're going to come right back to you.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, keep it locked right here. Don't you dare touch that dial. We'll be right back after the station identification.
Sin, but grace and mercy, it took me in. Took my feet out of the miry clay and placed them on a rock to stay. Oh, what a relief it was.
New York City at www.wpat930am.com.
Dish TV is better than cable TV. Here's why. If you call right now and you're a new Dish subscriber, packages start at $19.99 a month for 12 months. That's right, $19.99 a month. Compare that to your cable bill, and the smart choice is to cut the cable and get Dish. Plus, you get all these great TV features. Free HD channels, free DVR to record your favorite shows, and free installation. You even get our free Dish Anywhere, so you can take your TV on the go, watching your favorite programs on your smartphone, tablet, or laptop anywhere in the world. I'll say it again, all for just $19.99 a month for 12 months. This is a limited time, 24-month offer you must qualify for, and it could change at any time. So call now, 800-818-3967. 800-818-3967. 800-818-3967. That's 800-818-3967. You don't sit behind a desk every day to earn a living. You're out and about making it happen. And sometimes you get a little bit behind on your paperwork, like bookkeeping and paying your taxes. It's easy to get behind on paying your taxes. It happens to the best of us. And you know what happens next. The big bad IRS comes knocking on your door. And when that happens, you need to call the good old boys at the Tax Doctor. Let them do what they do best. Deal and negotiate with the IRS so you pay the lowest you can in back taxes that the law allows. We are a 100% U.S.-based company, and we've saved our clients millions over the years in back taxes. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, call my friends right now at the Tax Doctor and learn more. 800-492-4190. 800-492-4190. 800-492-4190. That's 800-492-4190. Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go and pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines. 800-654-0759. 800-654-0759. That's 800-654-0759.
When God rescued me, He loosed the chains that had me bound, and He set me free, and it felt like cooling water, cooling water, cooling water. It felt like cooling water, cooling water, cooling water, cooling water from Grandma's well.
Yeah, we are back. Praise God. Thank you for tuning in to the Christian Fellowship Council. I'm Brother Willie Saunders, bringing it to you live. And we were just speaking on a situation with creating your own reality, and we're talking to our King Melvin in regards to what did he mean by doing so, and I think our brother Fitzgerald was making a statement or asking a question. I'm going to go right back over to you, Brother Fitzgerald.
Yeah, prior I was talking about the importance and the power of how people create their own perceptions and their own mentality and how they act or react based on that. And was talking about their situations where sometimes based on how people see things, they act certain ways that literally get them in trouble. You know, there was a video I saw. There was a woman who was driving while black, and she actually, I think, had a legal firearm with her. It was a really impressive video I saw on Facebook, and I actually had shared it because it was just very impressive. When she was stopped, she felt she was stopped falsely by a law enforcement officer. But this woman, she didn't act like she was like a criminal. She communicated and acted like she was a liberated, free person. She had a lot of knowledge about the law, and she knew a lot about proper police procedures. And she's a very unique case, but through the entire video, she immediately started videotaping the incident immediately, and in the video, she was calmly asking the police officer specific questions. She was literally communicating different law statutes, while she was talking to the police officer. She knew procedures. She was able to. She knew what her rights were. She was able to call the police officer's supervisor. I mean, she was able. I mean, it was just so impressive. She knew the law and everything. So even though she may have felt like he was falsely stopping her for something that she didn't do, or trying to pin a crime on her that she didn't do, because her perspective, her mentality, and first of all, she equipped herself with a lot of information and knowledge. Her mannerism and the way she communicated with the police officer was not aggressive, over the top, antagonistic. Like I said, she didn't act like she was a defensive or criminal, so like she was a criminal. So I mean, I was extremely impressed by the way she had handled that situation, and it turned out to be a very good situation. The officer had to just let her, stop. Was able, he didn't have anything on her. I mean, she had a weapon, a legal weapon in the car, and so I was just really impressed by that. So I think that sometimes reaction, thought, mentality, perception. I mean, I can't change the way another person perceives me. You might have someone who's a staunch racist, and but only thing I can do, I can choose to be quiet. I can choose to be reserved. I can choose to exercise my right. I can choose the tonality in which I communicate and talk, and often that has helped me get out of different types of situations that could have ended up differently. One time I was stopped in a mall for practically nothing, and security came, police came. I mean, it was so many people who came. I was like, why do we need all these police cars? For me, I was just communicating with someone outside of a mall. They had me on videotape because I was talking to someone, and I guess they thought I was soliciting in a mall because I had a magazine or something I was showing to someone who worked there. The person followed me, and then I was talking to someone at a bus stop outside a mall. And so I just put my hands up. I sat down, and I put both my hands up in the air. It was visible. And then I told the officers, I said, well, I know quite a few people in law enforcement, and asked, well, what did I do? What am I being accused of? Did I break any law? You know, I had my hands up, and they just let me go. But they said, "Oh, somebody was." Yeah, they just let me go. They couldn't do anything. But it was like 5 or 6 different. It was mall security, 5 or 6 different police cars and everything, and that was strange. So I've been in some situations myself, you know.
Yeah.
Well, it's go ahead, Willie.
That's a blessing that you were able to, walk away from that situation. What about the brothers that have been in situations and they had their right paperwork and everything, and they were shot, they were killed, they didn't get a chance to walk away from it? I'm just saying, it anytime you, I have a brother, and for some reason he just hates the police. And he just hates the police, period. I mean, he grew up in the hood and everything. One day, I was over in New York driving my car, and, the police officer, he was sitting in the car, and I had jumped out of the car to run in and get something to come right out. But when I came out, the police had pulled up to the car, and they was looking at him, and he's the type of person, he doesn't flinch. He's not going to turn away. He's not going to look down. He's going to look you right in your eyes. Okay? We have two different mothers. Hold on. Let me... please don't. And I pulled up to the car. The situation was, with his attitude, I know it's confrontational, but back in the day, in Giuliani's time, the they if they wanted to lock you up, if they wanted to beat you up, if whatever, they could do whatever they want. And if you did something to antagonize them, they could retaliate right there. I came up to the car, and he's looking at these officers, and they're looking at him, and so I run up to the car and says, what's up? What's wrong? And so the police officer says, does he have a problem? No, officer, I'm sorry. I'm going to move the car. And I jumped in and moved the car. But had I got there, he wasn't, he just, that's just who he is. And he's like that. So if I hadn't gotten to that situation, it could have been a very ugly situation. And so I said that to say that you can change your situation if you have control of it. But if you don't, I don't think you can. You say the lady, she equipped herself with knowledge, and she, she knew the law, and she spoke in a respectful way. She didn't, So I don't care who you are. If somebody come at you, you're gonna treat them with that same kind of energy. You know. If you get somebody, yo man, why you just that? No, come on, you just don't like black people, and that energy is right there up front. You set the stage, sort of.
Now you see the energy that you had when you came to the car was completely different.
Totally different.
I diffused the situation that could have got ugly.
Well, I like the way you put that. This is a great scenario because when I say you change your own reality, it's how you think. What you do think is you're gonna try. There's a certain thing called vibration. If you vibrating on a negative vibration, you're going to attract that. But if you're attracting love, joy, and peace, and you're thinking real positive, you're going to attract that also. Now, you don't have to believe me, but that's how I live my life. When I used to think differently, I would attract. If I was thinking in a negative way, I found myself with a mixed bag of stuff being at my table. And you say, how did it get there? Newsflash, you brought it there. You might didn't think you brought it there, but you did. Now, some of the people there's some justifications that Willie put some examples out there that it seems our human perspective that's horrible. I mean, why did they have to do that and take their brother's life? Unbeknownst to most of us, listen to me carefully, and I'm not, this is just my perspective. Some of us came here to be a martyr. Now, I'm going to say that again. When it don't make sense to us sometimes, and we see a senseless crime with a life being taken, it may seem to our human perspective that wasn't right, that wasn't correct. But sometimes we come here as a martyr, and just because that life has been taken, all kind of wrongs become right. Now, I'm just saying, it's a hard pill to swallow what I'm saying. I'm not saying any death is not correct. But I am saying that there's people that come here, all of the greats that came in, left their life for truth or whatever they left it here for. It was a bigger mission than just what we see on the surface. Oh, so-and-so got slain, so-and-so got slain. In a big scheme of things, that was a pebble compared to the legacy that they left. So I'm just saying, sometime in our limited human understanding, even the Bible says, lean not on your limited understanding. Mm-hmm. God got an amazing, amazing, unbelievable mind that we can't possibly figure out why things happen. Now, understand this. If God is the life of all life, not a tree, if we agree that a leaf fall off the tree without his permission, if it wasn't to be so, he could easily stop anything he wanted to stop. But the fact that life goes on, even if we believe it or not, with our perspective or not, or we may say this is wrong or right, God lets everything happen for a particular reason. And sometimes, you can't appreciate the light without the darkness, and vice versa. That's just life. That's how the universe works. We got to have both. We got to mix it. It's got to be a mixed bag. So I'm just saying, I just want to put my perspective on that. Thank you.
Well, I got to tell you, it's like, again, I think we have a caller on the line. Caller, you wanted to say something in regards to this program?
Sure. My name is Harold, and I'm a friend of King Melvin's. How are you, King?
Oh, how you doing, Harold?
I'm good. Hey, I met King Melvin last summer, and we did a show together. I'm a community theater guy and terrific guy, and you guys are doing a great job here on this. It's an important topic. My take on it is this. We all need to be more tolerant. We all, it's not a case of, right or wrong. You need to be tolerant. Retired school teacher, and the hardest thing for many teachers to understand was don't listen to what they say, it's what they do. And so the kid may stand up in class and curse you out, and for that's going to be a consequence. The kid knows that, but it's what he does when he finishes talking. So, and that's the same thing here. In the real world, if you're out there, it's not what you say, it's what you do.
Wow, great. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the call. Well,
you're welcome, King. Congratulations on the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Harold.
Take care.
All right. Have a great day, guys.
You know what, Willie, may I say one thing?
Yeah.
The passive resistance, like you see how Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and we just celebrated his day. The idea of what they did in the civil rights movement and nonviolent passive resistance as a strategy, it really baffles a lot of people. You're gonna go to a lunch counter. I mean, you're breaking the law. You're defying the law. You're saying, well, you can eat there. I can eat there too. And no matter what these officers do to you, they beating on you, spitting on you, hitting on you, all that stuff, you're not responding violently back there. I mean, the whole strategy, it would seem so odd to the average person, you know. But it was a strategy that literally worked, and bringing attention to the whole entire world, the injustice of that system, so the whole world could see it.
Yes.
You know, and those people were like martyrs, like, you know, and it did bring forth quite a lot of change.
Yes,
you know.
Yes, it did. Yes, it absolutely did. It changed our lives here in America. And but you know, I understand, like you said, with the lady that armed herself with knowing the different codes, knowing the different situations. You know that the language. You know, she knows. You know, if you know you have the right to do this, that, the other. And as you say, she wasn't confrontational. But I don't know if you look at some of these videos and some of these people where the cops pull them over, and first thing, you know, they said, you know, they know the law, and they are, you know, am I being detained? For what purpose? And they're asking, you know, I mean, they like, you know, I know.
But that's a different attitude. That's a different vibration than what Daryl's talking about.
Yeah. Well, just making a point that if you, it's like I'm the one. I don't want to be confrontational. I teach my boys. I have 8 boys, and as I said once before, none of them wants to be police officers. And that's sad. That's a bad situation. You know, they all should want to be. You know, I want to be a police officer.
Sure.
I want to help serve and protect.
Sure.
But they don't have anything to do with the police, period, because of the way they've been treated by police. And so I had to have the conversation, the meetings with my boys to teach them at home how to conduct themselves when they are pulled over by a police officer, black or white. I had to teach them, while you're rolling, you turn your dome lights on so they can see in the car. Lower your windows so therefore they get, you pose no threat to them. Put your hands up as they walk into the car with the lights shining. Keep your hands up. When they ask a question, yes, sir, no, sir. And I really believe this has saved my son's life. I really do.
I could agree with that.
It does. It probably does.
I had a police officer. I have years ago, I had a dealership. When I say years ago, maybe 4 years, 3 years ago, I had a dealership up here in Pennsylvania where we sold cars. I sold used cars. And I have a plate, a dealer's plate, where I can put it on any car and drive it legally. But my son's car was left in the house, and I took the plate, his plate, off the car and put my plate on the car. I think that's what happened. Anyway, what happened, they stopped my son, and he had the dreads, you know, he has long dreads, and he's blacker than me, dark-skinned. And he's in the car, and they pull him over. First off, they wanted to check the car for marijuana and drugs, okay? So he didn't smoke. As far as I know, he didn't smoke or drink or do drugs at all. And so the police officer asked him if he could search the car. So he kept telling the officer, my father has his plate on the car. I have my own plate, but I don't know why my father used the plate or somehow it was switched up. And he was so polite to this police officer that this police officer called me 2 o'clock in the morning and asked me if I would bring the right plate to the car because they have a mix-up there, and he doesn't want to tow the car and take my son in. Now, that could have been so, my son, what are you stopping me for? Am I being detained? What right do you? You know, if he had came off that way, I doubt the cop would have took his time, sat there on the highway where my son was, in back of him, and waited till I came with the right plate, shook my hand and said, yes, you know, and understood. We both knew it was a mix-up, and we drove off, and it was a good thing. But that could have been tragic. I could have been coming to the hospital as opposed to coming to where he was at.
Yeah, exactly.
Had he not been taught how to respect authority. So,
Yeah.
so I got 8 boys.
Yeah. And even after all that, he could be as polite as he wanted to, and the officer, making up his own mind, he's his own person. He could, you know, do whatever he wanted to do.
Well,
you know?
unfortunately, these are some of the things, and you have so many families that had to, you know, that was, you know, whatever reason, it didn't work out that way. But these are the times that we have to deal with, you know. I mean, I tell them, if somebody's got a gun, they got the authority. You know, a guy walk up to you and say, let me see your license, registration, insurance card. Why would you say, why do I have to show you ID? You know, white people can get away with that. They can, you know, why do I have to show you ID? This is I don't have to do this, the other.
Yeah.
But being black in America, we don't have that luxury.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be smart and you have to be tactical at the same time. At certain times that you do have to question their authority and say something back to them, but it has to be when do you
respectful. That's the bottom line.
Yeah. But sometimes even when you get them respect, they still. I mean, and it's been proven in this society in America that, you know, even when you're on your best behavior, they still do whatever they want to do.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but when they go that other way, you can't control what other person gonna do.
Yeah.
So if he retaliates after you've been polite, it's just gonna go the way it's gonna go.
Well, I'm just gonna be honest with you and let you know. I thank God. I never had to come to a situation where my son was, beat up by a police officer or, because number one, if something happened, when I'm coming to a situation, I already know. My son knows how to conduct themselves. They know how to speak.
Yeah.
And they know what not to say, And so, therefore, if there's some type of confrontation, I know in my heart it's not on my son.
It's on the officers.
There's something that they didn't like or they didn't want. Like I said, this officer that pulled my son over and had dreads on it. So first of all, he assumed he was a rapper. He was that whatever drugs in the car and everything. Yeah. He asked him if he could search his car legally. He can't search your car.
No. That's just to set up to stop you to try to do other stuff.
Why would you want to search my car if there's a mistake with the license plate?
Exactly.
And it was just a mistake, and I can, if you're going to give me a ticket, give me the ticket and let me go.
Exactly, yeah.
No, they want to search the car. They want to do this.
They want to incriminate
you. He thought it was a stolen car. He probably thought it was a stolen vehicle.
But
and a lot of times people use stolen vehicles to commit different type of crimes.
No, that is so true.
And trafficking and things like that,
But what I'm saying to you, based on knowing how to submit yourself to authority, knowing how to speak to others and not get all confused. Why are you doing this? I mean, I had to have that conversation with him because, again, there's ways you can. If he had came up to him, this officer actually called me on the phone. Mr. Saunders, we have your son here, and this is that. He has the wrong plate on the car, and he says that you have the right car. Is it possible you can come down here to we're located? We're right over here. That he didn't have to do. But my son was so polite to him that he went the extra step to let him go. He didn't give him a ticket or nothing.
Well, I want to acknowledge you for having how many boys you got?
I have 8 boys.
For you to have 8 boys growing up in this city, and for you to give them the mind tuning, as I like to phrase it, how
Mm-hmm.
to conduct themselves. No, that's worth acknowledging, because if you didn't sit down and have that conversation with them,
yes.
I mean, that's priceless what you did for them. I did the same thing with
Mm-hmm.
my nephews. They get stopped all the time, red cars, jazzy cars, and by the time that officer already that came with the car and already then pegged them for a smart aleck, right? When he says, yes, sir, officer, but like it's just like mental jujitsu.
It levels the playing.
Yes, excuse me, sir. Sir.
Mm-hmm.
And before, I mean, my nephew had to come and tell me. He said, I had a friend in the car that was hood, and I told him, listen, if you don't shut up, I'm gonna punch you out. I'm handling this, because the hood, when the hood rat, so to speak, saw that, he was like, whoa. Now this is how you're supposed to conduct yourself, because a lot of stuff we don't have to bring on ourselves.
Yeah, a lot of stuff can be diffused, but sometimes you can't control somebody else's actions to a degree.
No,
because no matter how polite or whatever, they can decide.
If they're out of tune being,
if they're out of tune. I mean, there's nothing you can't do. There's nothing you can.
They make up their mind. They just go forth and do it.
Yeah, you're right, but I just think kindness goes a long way.
Respect
goes a long way.
I remember of I might not quote it the right way, but it's Proverbs 15:1, and I've always seen this because I try to read a proverb every day, with devotionals and stuff. But I fall short, of course. But this one has always stood out. Proverbs 15:1. It says a grievous word stirs up anger, but a gentle word something. But you guys can look it up for yourself. I forget exactly. But it talks.
Now you sound like me. Why don't you pull it up?
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry, because I'm not.
Because I'm always. Man, my mind is so burnt.
I heard that one. That's wisdom right there.
But it's basically saying it's like if you.
Blessed is the peacemaker.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the bottom line.
So it's basically saying if you give like a grievous hard words stir up.
Yes, sure. Anger and all that.
But if you give a gentle answer, it kind of diffuses sin. So basically, that's what Proverbs 15:1 is saying is like, if you put it out there, you're gonna get it back.
Mm-hmm.
But if you answer it softly and in a certain way, then you'll get some. You may get some gentleness back.
Yeah. Well, I just thank God. My oldest boy is 42 years old, and I got some boys that are doing well. I got some boys that are in their own business. I got some boys that have been locked up for a long time that's coming home.
Oh, good.
You understand that's coming home, but they made their decisions to do what they do. And I, as a father, I love them to death. But if you are going to live in a bad way or do something wrong, you can't call me. I'm not wasting my time. There's no way. I'm not coming down there.
I'm with you 100%
if they do you wrong, I know you. You're in school. You're working and everything. Daddy will die for you. But if you out here doing the wrong thing,
don't call me. Lose my number.
Absolutely. I'm still your father.
Yes.
And I still love you.
Sure, of course.
But the fact of the matter, don't drag me into none of your mess.
That's right.
Because number one, the odds are stacked against you right off the bat.
Exactly.
Because of the color of your skin in this country.
Yeah.
All right? Yeah. And so when you know this, then there's certain ways in certain places, you have to act like you got some sense.
Yeah.
And like my younger son, God bless him, he just got a brand new tractor trailer, brand new. Thank God for we have the returning youth program. I want to talk about that, let people know that these type of programs do exist, and we're a part of it. But he just got a 2021 tractor. You can tell he's standing new. It looks so good. But he did. He went. They sent him to boot camp after we got an attorney because, like I told you, they wanted to give him 48 years. 48 years. Never committed a crime. No record. No nothing. Color of his skin is black, and the prosecutor actually tried to give him 48 years.
This is for your son.
My son,
Oh,
my youngest son, and we thank God. We got an attorney for him and everything, and they finally looked at it and say, this is a young kid that's never been in trouble before, and the people that he got in the car with, he didn't know anything about it. You know, he got in the car with. So they wind up getting him probation, but boot camp.
Okay.
And so we thank God for that. But the fact of the matter is, if you allow yourself to, you make a mistake, you don't get a second. Because when I was coming up, I got caught stealing. Stealing. I don't know if you ever remember the 5 and Dime store.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I used, but Woolworth was my place, downtown Newark.
Yes.
And so police officer grabbed me, my friends and all that, because I got my pockets loaded. They got they all get away. I get caught.
Yeah, exactly.
Cop took me back there.
I was scared of my mother more than I was scared of the police officer.
Cop took that belt off, cut my butt 2 times, and he says, if I see you in here again, not only am I going to put you in jail, I'm going to throw the key away. And I saw that cop years ago. And, that could have been the start of something. He could have got a flag. He could have got a collar.
Mm-hmm.
He caught somebody stealing in a store.
Yeah.
He could have did everything. But he didn't do that. He didn't put me in the system, And it's so good. I thank God for him, because him and I, we laugh and talk about it, coming up.
Mm-hmm.
But these days, young people don't get that second chance.
Not much of it, no.
No, they don't get a second chance. They step over the line, that's it. They're going, whatever the maximum is that they can. Like I told you, they had these judges up here in Pennsylvania giving the kids more time than they deserve and putting them in their friends' prison so they would make that money. Well, what kind of system is that?
It happened some years ago. The guy got caught, and he was making money off of that. And then he got found out, he got convicted, and he got sent to prison himself.
Yeah, but so getting back to kind of like creating your own, I think you can create your own
reality.
Your own reality for you in your world.
Yes, perfectly said.
Yeah. And I think initially we were talking about the lady with the
we can't do the overall world. That's not our
how people
our perspective.
perceive you is on them. How you look at
Mm-hmm.
and we have a stigma. We walk into a store, we're gonna get followed. We're gonna be looking, and so that never bothered me, because I'm not there to steal. I'm not. I already know all eyes are on me, and I go there, and I did eventually. But I wouldn't allow my kids to have tinted windows in their cars. None of my kids have tinted windows. I think my third son may have it. He has a car. But I wouldn't allow them to put tinted windows on their car, because I didn't want an accident. I don't want to be something I could have did could have saved one of my son's lives. Exactly. You understand? Yeah. So certain things I just knew was a no-no. And something that would warrant the police to stop you. Yeah. So anyway, but I love this conversation, because it just helps, and I think it really helps other people that are listening to it to know that if you haven't had that that conversation with your children, oh no, man,
imperative.
You're just leaving them out there.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can't. You got no control over it, like you say. Now, when I think of the case of this is why I just see such an injustice on this particular case with Trayvon Martin.
Yeah.
I mean, that just burns me. And all my sons, we'd sit down and we'd go over it. What happened? What could he have done? Daddy, Dad, but he was going to his house. Daddy was,
He was really minding his business.
Yeah, he was minding his business. And see, when you have the court system release a murderer out amongst the people and say he's not guilty, everybody see that he's guilty, but 12 people that he picked to judge him, to judge his fate, said he wasn't guilty. Now, I looked at it all kind of ways, this way, that way, and when see what made me call this man, this Zimmerman, a murderer, is because he called the police, and the police told him,
Stop,
stand down.
Yeah.
Do not pursue. We're on our way. We will handle it.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
And he still got off.
So, and he got off with murder because he didn't. See, that would have been that would have made me, that would have helped me form a decision. If I was a juror and I heard the fact that I heard this case, it would have made me, that would have formed my decision right there. The police officers told you to stop, but you chose to continue, and you wind up killing this kid. That's murder.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can see that. Anybody anybody with a common brain could say, you murdered that kid.
Mm-hmm.
And then for our justice system to come together and find this man not guilty. You see what that does to the black community?
Yeah.
In the entire country?
Yeah.
You see how far that set everything back? And so that's why we really have no control over our narrative, over our
overall.
Yeah, we don't have the control over it because.
And I'm glad you're bringing that up because, again, we have a choice. Always have a choice.
Well, that's just one of the cases.
Yeah,
that's one.
But that's a good one because we have a choice. When I was involved with it, I had asked myself, because I talked to myself a great deal. I said, self, do you want to get? I had to stop listening to these kind of things. Not that I wasn't concerned, but you're only responsible for your well-being. And I found out that of me listening to all of this race injustice and things of that nature, I found me really psychologically and spiritually being drained. And once I saw that, I said, I can't do this steady diet of this. So what I did, you always have a choice. I said, I am not going to be going through all this emotional roller coaster because it's not good for my health. And plus, I'll just be psychologically and spiritually. I'll be in. I want to change. If with that, the change I want to see in the world, I adopt that philosophy. The change I want to see in the world, I'm going to be that change. So I decided that everybody that see me and talk to me is going to be about love, joy, and peace. Now, that's just my personal thing. And I found that it's a wonderful experience to be able to be in the world. Like my dear leader and teacher and guide, Jesus said, be in the world, but not of the world. Yeah. So I have practiced that. And I have to say, I am in a better world. And I already know, like some people say, well, we came here to save the world. Whoa. Before man came on the planet, the world was fine and always will be fine. Now, we got a whole lot of untuned beings on the planet saying we got to save this and we got to save that. Good luck on that, because how's that going? Let's just say, how's that going? If you're trying to change somebody else's reality instead of trying to stay focused on your own reality, because I'm finding that when I change my little personal reality and another person change their little personal reality and Willie changes personal, before we know it, we're making some big ripples because we're minding that God, God has got some sense of humor too. God asked me one time, I was on a fast, he said, can you do me a favor, King Melvin? I said, sure, Lord, anything you ask, I owe you everything. Can you mind your own business? I said, excuse me, Lord. He said, can you mind your own business? I said, why would you say that? He said, you ain't come here to save the world. You came here to keep mind your little 2 cents. And you can hardly do that. And I said, Lord, you ain't got to hear me. You ain't hearing from me no more.
Yeah. Well, I hear you, and but can you help me with this? What could Trayvon Martin could have done that night to change his outcome or to change what was going on then?
I love Willie. He know how to answer some questions.
I heard a lot of people debate this.
Let me. Can I answer?
Yeah, I'm listening.
No, Willie, you asked that. See, you pulled out that. That's from the Golden Fleece, there, man. That question.
No, here it is. Let me just let you know. I'm very passionate about.
I get that.
Our young men and our neighborhoods, because I've seen the injustice. I've been to the funerals. I've been to the hospitals. I've been to the situations. And when you think about where did this come from? How did these drugs get into our neighborhood? How did these guns and all get? We got more guns in our neighborhoods than we got fried chicken, and that's going somewhere. You understand? That's going.
I like that. Yeah.
So my point is just that living this life, being with these young men, and that particular case, it's just stayed with me. And you got to know how the family feel and how we put our trust in the justice system. How could 12 individuals, forget about 12 white individuals, how could 12 individuals free this man for killing this young black man? I mean, I'm sorry. Well, I'll throw that. It's over to you, sir.
Yeah. Well, to answer your first question, very good question. What could he have done to change the outcome? Listen to me carefully. There was nothing. Listen to me again. Again, some of us came here, we know some of them came here to be martyrs. Listen to me carefully. There's a philosophy that the way you see it, because see, there was, Willie, I feel your passion. I know you're living this pain like their family. I know your sensitivity, Willie. One time I remember reading in one of the scholar books, Prophet Muhammad died of a broken heart. God had to come and tell him and say, listen, dude, don't you take on the sins of the world. You ain't got nothing to do with that. You taking on my job. You trying to, you so passionate about what's going on, the right and wrongs. Buddy, you ain't going to make it. And I was just as sensitive as you, Willie, but when I found out, God said, listen, you better stay out of my business. I mean, you can get all passionate if you want to, but it's very hard for you to see the injustice of the world, especially when you're a loving, compassionate human being. You just got to understand there's certain things we got to figure out a way to not take it on so much, because it will wear on us mentally, physically, and spiritually. And there's certain things we ain't going to do nothing about. And I hear the clear, those injustices, they must be. And understand this. If there wasn't supposed to be, I told you, not a leaf fall off the tree without God say so. Now, God got a sense of humor. He told me another joke. He says, do you believe that I'm the author of all life? I said, God, it ain't no doubt in my mind that you are. And do you believe that any form of life, I'm the author of it? I said, yes, Lord, I do believe that. And he said, newsflash, I created the devil too. You know I did, right? I said, Lord, I'm leaving you alone. He said, again, this contrast that we experience in America and in our lives, we have to have a different perspective on contrast. We have to understand you cannot value the light without the darkness and vice versa. We may not, with our limited understanding, it may be very troublesome to us. Yes, because we're human beings. But please, don't take it on to it just disturb your spirit, to disturb your joy, because God said we're here to take care of our personal experiences. And when you take care of your personal experiences and people see you live in joy, love, and peace, they're going to say, Willie Saunders, I want some of that because I'm tired of all of these injustices and all these burdens going on. I don't want no more of that. Mm-hmm. So that's what I wanted to share with you.
Well, I got to tell you, I love you, King Melvin. I thank God for you. And again, the reason why I'm so passionate about
Amen.
that because we went through that with our family. We went through that with our church. We really, that boy's situation. And a lot of people may say, that's old. Why are you bringing it up now? One of the things
still relevant, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And he was somebody's son. You understand?
Yeah, of course.
And he did nothing wrong, and the system failed him, as they did so many others that, just died for nothing. And see, if I see wrong, I'm going to point it out.
Yeah. Excuse me, I'm sorry, Willie. He didn't die for nothing. Trust me.
Well, I'm just saying, I know he didn't die, and I know God is sits high and he looks low. I really, and I get that. But I'm just saying to
Jesus had Jesus.
Yes.
A good example.
Yes.
Jesus had to die for the bigger picture. So I'm just saying, I'm done.
I'm with you.
Okay.
But all I'm saying to you is that if I ask you what color is this right here, and I see black, and everybody else see black, and you say green, well, we got to assume that you got a little problem with your seeing or your vision.
Yeah, exactly.
And when you have 12 people to see green other than black, then you got a real problem because it's in the system. And so that means that how am I going to get a fair trial if that was me? You understand?
Yeah, I get it.
And see, and like you say, I wasn't there. So anything could have happened. I don't know. I was not there. I'm just going on what we saw, what they said, and the videos, the audio, things like that.
Yeah.
But, see, that doesn't apply. None of that applies when that guy was in his car. And the police, somebody had told him, somebody said, hey, man, just let it go. Or, hey, man, just stand back. And I could understand him continue to pursue it. But the police told him very clear, stand down. Do not pursue.
Yeah.
We are on our way. We will take it from here. Thank you.
Yeah.
And he pursued that young man and killed him. And then they find him not guilty.
Yeah.
He's not to me. I still have problems, major problems with that.
Yeah, and he's still living free.
Yeah, well, no matter what's going on with him, it's just the system fell the Trayvon's family. They fell the people.
Yeah.
It was a break in the system, and that one. That's just a hard pill to stop swallowing.
Yeah, one injustice to the next one. He committed the crime and then he got off for it.
And like I say, how can you not convict him?
I get it on a human perspective, but on a divine perspective, he didn't get away with anything.
Yes.
Well, I'm sure his life is,
Praise God. Well, listen, God takes vengeance.
Oh,
we there's been a lot of bad things done.
Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord, right?
Yeah. But again, I just want to just let people know that we deal with the Dr. Surgeon kind of post-incarcerated juvenile justice reformation act. We have a lot of people where we're bringing in. We just had a meeting Friday. We had a class of about, 12 young men, and they were just getting introduced to the program up in the Poconos. We have one program that we started up there, but this is another area. You can drive in Pennsylvania for 8 hours and still be in Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
That's how
big state.
I didn't know.
Oh
what?
my God, you can drive 8
I was
hours.
complaining about Virginia.
Oh no, Virginia, what is that? What is that? 4 hours, maybe 3 hours.
I'm the one in the car talking about. Are we there yet?
Are we there? No, man.
I think Ohio and maybe I don't know about New York, but I know Ohio is like that.
Wow, I didn't know that about Pennsylvania.
You could drive, and still you will still still be in the. But anyway, we were up in this area. Oh my God,
I've actually taken that trip before, like from one
Derby.
part of PA
Derby.
to the next.
You've heard of Derby? I live in Pennsylvania, and I never heard of Derby.
Derby, Pennsylvania?
Derby, Pennsylvania.
I think I heard of it. I don't know where it's at, though.
It's a good ways. But anyway, we had roughly about 12 young men Friday, and we were, and you know, you got to listen to young people, because we let each one of them stand up and tell their dreams and what they were looking to do with their lives and everything. And so that, if you want to know some more information about that program, this program that I'm talking about, I'm going to give a number for the headquarters, and you can call up and find a way how you can participate in helping the young men that are coming out from these prisons, and we try to take them out of their old environment, because if they come back to the same thing, they're going to get the same result.
Sure.
And so this Returning Youth Initiative, the telephone number there is 914-893-5060. Again, it's 914-893-5060. Listen, we've had a great program to this point. I'm sorry, I get passionate about different issues, different situations we talk about.
That's all right.
We had a great time at the mezzanine up at the Port Authority.
But Willie, I just wanted to say that while this spirit is on me, it's all right to be passionate, because we know our dear leader, teacher, and guide, Christ, wept for Lazarus. So that just shows we just compassionate and human.
Yes, absolutely. I am, man. And, just dealing with our community, our inner city, and what's happening there, it's enough to make you just, break down.
Yes, amen.
But anyway, just talking about some good things where we have a pastor that has taken over 50,000 people off the streets, homeless people off the streets of New York and the surrounding areas. And if you have somebody that you know of that is homeless, that don't have anywhere to stay, that's out on the streets, I'm going to give a number, and you can make that phone call, and in some cases they'll come get you, as far as I know. They do feeding. They have food pantry where they give food to thousands of people, and it's a real good organization. And it's Randolph Veteran Ministries, and the telephone number there is 347-533-4271. And these are some of the, organizations that you want to make your donations to. Somebody that's really doing something that, churches that are really moving within the community and helping the community. Again, I say they took over 50,000 over the years, over the decades, over 50,000 homeless people off the street and helped them, got them back into life.
Wow, very good.
Absolutely. So, again, that telephone number is 347-533-4271. 347-533-4271. And it's RFM Ministries. So, praise God, man. I'm telling you, I'm just telling you a little bit about some of the programs that we're involved in. I want you to stay tuned. We're going to have our Pastor Valerie is going to be coming up telling you about some of the things that you can save. She's going to tell you a little bit about saving money, making money, and how you can save money on your taxes and things like that. She's going to tell us a little about, about how to
get yourself straight, huh?
Yeah. Financially. And after her, then we're going to have our Sister Claudine is going to come and tell you about some nutrients and products and things, that we're using, and it's keeping all of that Omicron and COVID-19 and Delta all is here. If you get your system up, it's strong enough, you don't have to worry about none of that.
Yeah.
So she's going to be coming up. And then we also have Candid Darrell. It's going to be coming to you with Musicland. And so just stick with us. We're going to be going over to the station identification. And then when we come back, we're going to be going right over to Pastor Valerie Winters. So you want to say anything?
No, I'm just saying that it's a pleasure to be on a stimulating talk show. So, guys, great show.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. I enjoy it.
Thanks, Melvin.
It's
King Melvin.
More of a ministry than
it is.
a show. It's not a show because this is us. Those are our boys out there. Those are our girls out there that are being discriminated against and hurt and punished and going through things. Can you imagine you're hungry. You don't knock anybody in the head. You don't hurt nobody. You don't rob anybody. You go to the store, you steal an apple, and you get 50 years.
Yeah, they're trying to set an example by putting you in that.
And he's still, but 50 years. He's actually done the 50 years. I think he's going to be released. I'm going to follow up on that just to bring it to you. Not for doom and gloom, just to let you know that God still prevails. So he still take care of it. So no matter what,
all the time,
he give us the strength to go through. I just said, Lord, don't move my mountain. Give me the strength to climb.
Amen. I love that.
Yeah.
Keep it locked. We'll be right back after these messages.
If you sold a home before, you remember how stressful and expensive it was. Sold.com is here to help you sell your home for the most money and with the least amount of stress. There are new ways to sell your home that you've never heard of before. Did you know there are companies who'll offer you cash for your home? Did you know you could trade in your home for a new one? Did you know there are realtors who'll sell your home for a flat fee instead of an expensive commission? It's true. Sold.com services are free. So if you're looking to sell, make this free phone call right now and learn how your next home sale can be faster and easier than you ever thought possible. Pick up your cell phone and call right now. 800-824-4637. 800-824-4637. 800-824-4637. Again, that number is 800-824-4637.
Attention seniors on Medicare and Medicaid or receiving extra help for your prescription drugs. We have great news. You can change or enroll into a Medicare plan every 3 months if you qualify, all from the comfort and safety of your own home. Over the phone, no one even needs to come to your home. And in minutes, we'll tell you all about some additional new Medicare benefits for you, like dental, vision, hearing, transportation, and more. Call us. We'll explain all your new Medicare benefits. Premiums are as low as $0 per month. Even if you are not paying anything for your coverage now, you need to call our licensed agents to review your plan. There are zero-cost plans available in some areas. Don't wait till next year. Get all the Medicare benefits you deserve. Call a licensed agent today.
800-430-6748. 800-430-6748. That's 800-430-6748. Paid for by Senior Choice Plans. Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. 800-492-4190. 800-492-4190. That's 800-492-4190.
She put that in you when you told me the other day.
Oh yeah. I said something about my mom.
Yes.
We're back. We're going right over to our Pastor Valerie Winters, Economical. Don't touch that dial.
Good afternoon. This is Valerie Winter Wilson, and today I'm going to present to you wisdom from the wilderness. Wisdom from the wilderness. I will also be sharing various aspects of financial planning from a biblical perspective. Proverbs 6, verse 6 encourages us to go to the ant, consider his ways, and apply the wisdom that he uses. We have discovered that there are many other animals in addition to the ant that can teach us wisdom principles concerning finances. Consider the following and the wisdom that they provide us. How can this lesson taught by each animal enhance your financial life? Well, let's take a look at this. First of all, we'll start with the spider. The spider is willing to sacrifice. How many things are we willing to sacrifice in order to accomplish those goals and dreams that we want for ourselves and our families in our finances, whether it's that new home, becoming a first-time home buyer, or taking a vacation, a dream vacation, planning for the time that we will retire and living comfortably. Are we willing to sacrifice like the spider? The orangutan has patience in making important decisions. Do we have patience in making important decisions? Termites, little things that cause big problems. And anyone that's a homeowner that's ever had a termite problem or issue know that this can be true, right? They will eat, for lack of a better word, eat you out of a house and home. Geese, the power of organization. And the ant, preparation for the future, especially problems. How many of us plan for the future? Do we have an emergency fund set aside for those times where the car breaks down, especially in the midst of winter, or the appliances break down and we have to buy a new one or new appliances? And lastly, the zebra. The zebra represents the power of working with others. Now, it's a saying that said, no man is an island, no man can stand alone, and two heads are better than one, right? So it's always good that we work with a covenant partner, a spouse if we're married, maybe a covenant partner if we're single, and get good financial advice. The next topic that I would like to speak to you about is entitled The Next Level. We talk about going to the next level, but what is your next level? Everyone's next level is different. Your next level depends on where you are currently. So you need to take a time to sit quietly and determine where you are. How much debt, if any, do you have? And develop a time that you intend to get out of that debt. That's an example. Determine your present level, and you will know what your next level should be. So I'm going to give you a few little pointers as we go through this session today. One, you want to understand, and remember, I'm speaking this week from a biblical perspective. You want to understand why God needs you to have abundance. That's found in Genesis chapter 12, verse 3. And yes, God wants you to live an abundant life. He has said he came. Jesus said he came that we might have life, the Zoe kind of life, and have it more abundantly. Number two, he wants you to have abundance so that you can support the work of his kingdom, right? And that's supported by how? Through tithes and offerings, paying them consistently. Found in Malachi chapter 1, verse 8. Number three, learn about money, the various aspects of money itself. Found in Proverbs chapter 13, verse 18. We need to learn how to invest the money that we come in contact with, how to budget. We may need to start a small business in addition to our employment, our jobs. We need income protection, which is life insurance. We need to learn how to get out of debt, how to use credit properly. Once again, our giving strategy to advance the kingdom and other places that we want to invest our money. Have a retirement plan in place. Plan for our taxes during the year and not wait until December 31st or April 15th or the next year to look for a tax strategy. We have to plan in advance. We need to know how much income do we actually have coming in. What is our actual cash flow? We have to run our finances the way that a corporation would run their company, right? Our personal finances should be run like that. We should have real estate in our possession and intellectual property. Number four, control spending via a cash flow management system, found in Luke chapter 16. A, establish goals. B, develop philosophies. C, develop a budget that is consistent with your goals and philosophies. D, develop standard procedures for the flow of money. E, develop an emergency plan. And F, develop your reward system. So after that hard work of planning and putting the planning into place, executing it, you have to reward yourself as well. Number five, pay your bills on time. This will cut out all the late fees and the interest payment. That's according to Proverbs 3, verses 27 through 28. Number six, catch up on past due bills. Ecclesiastes 5, 4 through 5. Number seven, rebuild credit. Proverbs chapter 22, verse 1. Number 8, consistently save. Proverbs chapter 21 and 20. And I just want to stop there a minute. Saving should be a bill that you pay to yourself. Make saving a bill. Just like if you owe a bill, well, you owe yourself to save, right? You should save at least 10% of your income. Number 9, buy a house. Proverbs chapter 19, verse 14. Number 10, create sources of income that are not job related. And that's based on Matthew chapter 25, verses 14 through 30. Number 11, attack debt with extra money. Based on 1 Samuel chapter 17. Now, instead of getting, when you get that bonus at the end of the year, instead of going out and splurging on things that will have little value in the following year, take some of that bonus money and apply it to your debt so that you can pay it off faster.
Are you going to be on Zoom?
Live on one income, according to Titus 2, verses 3 through 5. Now, if you are a couple, a husband and a wife, well, whichever one you decide, whichever income you decide to live on, whether it's the husband or the wife, that's what you do. And then you bank the other income as you work towards that. And you may be deeply in debt and you need every penny, but the goal is to get to the place that eventually you can live on one income. If you are single, live on at least 70% of your income and then save, invest, and invest in the kingdom as well on the other 30%. Become debt free. Now, converting value to goals. Value births your goals, and your goals control your spending. All financial decisions must be consistent with your goals. Wisdom. Identify the one or two goals that, if achieved, would make it easier to accomplish the rest of your goals. Sit down, spend some time, figure out the first goal that would make it better and motivate you to complete your other goals as well. And ask yourself this question: what do you want? Refuse to live without it, whatever it is. Is it planning for early retirement? Is it buying that first home? Is it going on a dream vacation? Only you know what it is, and you can achieve it if you plan for it and you make it valuable in your life. And I'll give a few examples before we close out the session today. What do I value? Ask yourself that question. And the answer would probably be no financial pressure. No financial pressure. We know that financial pressure, debts can cause sickness, stress, worry, and all sorts of things, right? Number two, what goal must I establish to achieve my goals? The answer would be to control my spending and eliminate my debt. Number three, what lifestyle changes must I make to achieve my goals? And the answer would be stop money leaks by having a weekly budget. Stop using credit cards. Some people, and I can imagine during this pandemic time, use the credit cards over time because they lack the finances that they need. But as soon as you can pay up your credit cards, in the long run, it will be useful to have them paid off and will help you to get to your goals quicker. Number four, what potential problems do I see that might hinder me from obtaining this goal? And the answer could be unexpected expenses, past due bills, and holidays. We know those big holidays are coming up. So how are you planning for them this year? Number five, what is my projected date to achieve a goal? And the answer should be within 2 months. And number six, after I obtain this goal, how will I reward myself so that I am motivated to achieve the next one? The answer should be my budget will allow me $100 per month to do whatever I want to do. And that's just an example. And to close out, Proverbs 29, verse 18, where there is no vision, the people perish, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he. And that's the end of our session for today. And for additional assistance with your life insurance, auto, home, small business, as well as retirement plans and college planning, you can reach me at 646-270-0865, 646-270-0865. Well, God bless and have an awesome afternoon.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. We are back. Okay. Got it together. Yes. Hey, you can tune into Pastor Valerie every Wednesday at 5 o'clock. That's right. She'll be coming on with economical news, letting you know what's going on and how you can save some money. Hey, listen, I should have made an announcement when I first got on the program, and I forgot about it. Sometimes everything is hitting on you. But everybody knows our very own Dr. Ben Johnson is always with us, always. And today I didn't have a fight, but, we had a spirited conversation. And normally he's here, and he usually have a baseball bat. So, but
Willie, what you do to the doctor, Bill Willie?
No, he's a little on the weather. He's a little on the weather.
Okay.
But he'll come up real quick. he'll come up real quick. So, ladies and gentlemen, listen. Dr. Ben Johnson will be with us on Friday from 3 to 4. This coming Friday, and also you can catch him on Coach Up every Tuesday from 3:30 to every Tuesday from 3 o'clock from 3:30. But he's normally on with us from 3 o'clock and right on up. So, but he will definitely be on, and I know of you that are listening and wondering where is he, what's going on. He's a little bit on the weather, but he's getting better, and he will be with us on next week.
Yeah, prayers are with him.
Yeah, absolutely, yes. Oh, man. You think you and I was chopping it up. Oh. Oh, yeah. And he'll tell you in a heartbeat, hey, I'm coming up there.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to catch a plane.
Brother, I'm just putting the dots together. I got it.
Got it.
Brother in here, 6'3", and almost 200 and strong muscle and pound. Oh, I see why you got. Okay.
Have to.
Yeah. With baseball bats coming up here, I think you do.
Oh, yeah, no. Oh, yeah. Well, we love Dr. Johnson, and we just can't wait to get him back. I tell you, him and his ministry. Yes. Coach Up Ministry every Tuesday at 3:30. So make sure you tune in with us, and he will be back, and he's really missed on this program. Everybody, y'all was good though. Y'all beat me up pretty good, but he would have
had the baseball bat.
He would have got the count. He would have got the count. Absolutely. Listen, I'm trying to get our sister Claudine, and she's having a few complications with her Zoom and her phone. So, we have something that we're working on. It's going to be a site where you can come and you can pick up some of the solutions that she's giving me, nutrients and things to help me keep my immune system up at peak operational.
Okay.
And
that's important.
Yes, absolutely. And we're starting a program that you'll be able to go on, look on it, and if you have, cold, mucus, headaches, whatever you may be having.
That's great. It's important.
There'll be something there for you, scientifically proven, where you can look into it and do your own research, and you really get some things to keep you in optimal health. So right now, I'm just excited. I'm trying to see if she's on because I do have a site here. Let's see. Okay. She's having some problems with her phone, so I'm not sure if she's here or not. If she's hearing me or not, I'm seeing her. Sister Claudine, are you with us?
I'm just so glad that a couple of days I'll be in Florida, man.
Oh my God, man!
Yeah,
just rub it in.
I'm just,
rub
you know,
it
Willie,
you and Gary.
the horns are just sticking up, you know. I had to go there, you know.
You and Gary. Oh, is that her?
That's a nice
No,
laugh.
that's Candidero. That's Candidero.
All right.
Hitting the high note.
Oh yeah, I hear that. I was like,
that's why I just made the announcement, and if she get it together. If she doesn't, she's gonna call in on a regular line.
Great.
At the end of the program, so that she can also give her numbers and her site where you can be in touch with her. But yeah, man, y'all know.
Well, no, when you started
Dr. Johnson, it's no joke.
I didn't really understand why. I'm a new kid on the block, so I was trying to put the dots together. I said, why he got this 6'5" dude, and he's about 200 solid, 300 pounds, no fat, no BMI at all. I said, and then the doctor kept saying, well, you better have him up there. Now I understand. Yes, Willie, you're a wise man.
I don't go out that door without Tony.
Well, let's get the stats right. 6'4", I'm between 210, 215, maybe 220. Somewhere in there. Yeah.
All muscle.
Yeah.
The
bottom line is
they give me too much credit.
The bottom line, you bigger than us.
I'm a slender, athletic build. I ain't no big. Y'all see the YouTube videos. I ain't that big.
He's the right size. Now see, Dr. Johnson is like 6'4", 6'5" too.
Yeah.
And athletic.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know, I have to wait outside. He's coming at me. Call 911. Call 911. Absolutely. But hey, he is definitely missed. Definitely missed.
Yeah, that energy, of course. That intellect, you know. And
definitely. Yeah.
Absolutely. But like I say, he's doing really good. And
glad to hear that.
He'll be back with us live on Tuesdays. And
I love when Willie say live, but don't say dead on Tuesday. You know?
Yeah, well,
I had to get that joke.
Well, he was on with us last Friday, but you know I've been doing repeats, and but we have our brother Tony.
Yes.
Doing the top 10 countdown. And I tell you.
Oh, not my Tony. There's other Tony.
No, you're Tony.
You're Tony.
Anthony Boyd.
Anthony
Boyd. Yeah.
Boyd Countdown, which is an awesome program, doing a great job, man. I'm telling you, getting a
talented brothers.
lot of
What time does that start, Willie? The countdown.
3:30.
Okay.
It's on Friday, every Friday at 3:30, and you got to hear it, man. Off the chain.
Great bass player and piano player and drums and everything.
Yeah, he's very good. But,
well, Willie, you know, every so often the comedy in me just have to, you know, throw a joke out there.
That's good. I love comedy.
So and it's clean comedy because that's what God wanted me to do. So it was this pastor, you know, he was in a village, a African village, and it took him almost 2 hours, and he still couldn't find the post office. So as a little village boy, he says, I'm the pastor in this community, and I just can't seem to find the post office. Can you tell me where the post office is? The little boy said, yeah, Pastor, it's right down the hill, and if you make the right, you're going to see it. He said, son, I've been trying to find this post office for 2 hours. You did something so good. Why don't you just come to church on Sunday, and I'll show you how to get to heaven. The little boy said, well, Pastor, you couldn't even find the post office, so how you going to show me how to get to heaven? I'm killing myself over here.
Yes. Oh man, listen! I want everybody to get yourself prepared. We got Candace Dallas coming up.
Oh man,
Music Land, and
I like that.
He's got some special something special for this program coming up. And again, we thank God for our brother Fitzgerald. I mean, he is in the mix and doing a great job, bringing in sponsors, helping with the fray here. And like I say, here, when you're in New York on the main drag,
come on, talk about it.
You're on Wall Street. There's no
financial capital of the world.
Absolutely, there's no ifs, ands, and buts, and maybe can I owe you or can I give this to you lately? Oh no, that's second nature. That don't happen. Period. You know, they just assume if you're here, know what you're paying. You know what just to be here. And so we thank God that He has allowed us to be here and has kept us here for years. And it's just a blessing, man. I just thank God. Every time I just think about it, I just throw my hands up and say, Lord, I thank you.
Yeah, no mistake at all.
Yes. So, again, I want everybody to prepare yourself. Listen to Music Land coming up next with our brother, Candid Darrell. God bless you.
Hey, God bless you, Brother Willie. It's such an honor and a blessing to be on the radio. I'm so thankful. I appreciate this opportunity. This is a segment called Welcome to Music Land, where we support music creators and produce music songs. When you want to build on your muse, contact Welcome to Music Land, where you will find something good on the other side. So we try to encourage people and that may have creativity, want to make a song, write a song, get help, get assistance, expressing that creativity. Sometimes you need someone to help bring it out, someone who has a little bit more expertise or experience to help out. So we have a consortium of producers, engineers, technicians, attorneys, poets, all kinds of people who will be there for you. And this is a great opportunity to get your music too played on New York radio. Anyone who is interested in having their music played on New York radio certainly can get in contact with me at 860-922-6983. That's 860-922-6983. And leave a voice or a text message, and I'll be more than happy to respond. And this is also a time where we get to play some great inspirational music. By no means there's songs here that we actually are working on in production, but then there's just times where we're playing just some really great songs that I want to bring out that may encourage and also encourage artists, and they'll find some type of stimulation in terms of encouraging them to be creative. So I have a couple selections today. The first song that I like to play it's by Hezekiah Walker and the Love Fellowship Choir with Marvin Sapp. It's called God Favored Me.
Amen.
God Favored Me by Hezekiah Walker and the Love Fellowship Choir, featuring also Mr. Marvin Sapp.
Testimony, everybody, how God favored me in spite of my enemies. And if God did it for me, He'll do the same thing for you. Don't worry about your haters. Your haters can't do nothing with you. Listen to these words. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is felt most when it's genuine. I had a whole lot of people in my life who abused my love. They manipulated it and took the strength of it and tried to misuse it. But I can't help But to give God glory today, when I think about all I've been through, and I still came out on the winning side. I don't know about you, but I know that He favored me because my enemies, they did try. Sing it, y'all. But they couldn't triumph over me because great is He that is in me than he that's in the world. That's what they did. That's what they did. They told a whole lot of lies, but God favored me. My character, my integrity, but it would not fall, would not bend, won't compromise. God favored me. I spoke life and prosperity. I even spoke health. He favored me. They whispered about me. They conspired against me. They told a whole lot of lies on me. But God favored me. My character, my faith in God, He favored me. It will not fall. Not gonna bend. Won't compromise. I speak prosperity and I speak health. They whispered, they conspired, they told their lies, but God favored me. My character, my integrity, everything was in question, but He favored me. I promised Him that I wouldn't compromise, although I was going through, and I spoke life, and I spoke prosperity, and I spoke health. See, going through, but I want you to know tonight you got faith. God favors me. In your trial, in your test, in your hard time, don't worry. God favors me. Attack your character, attack your integrity. Don't worry, no. God favors me. Touch your neighbor, encourage the person next to you. Tell them I got it. Tell them I got it. I can say it to your will. Say it because I got favor. I got it. And the Lord gave it to me. Don't you let the evilness of your haters bring you down.
I find that song to be so encouraging. God favored me, Hezekiah Walker and the Love Fellowship Choir with Marvin Sapp. That's a very encouraging song, and it always gives me a certain amount of hope. No matter what you're going through, stick with God, stick with Him. You know, He loves you and He cares for you. He loves you and He cares for you. So the next song I like to play is called Heaven. And this is an amazing group. I didn't really know much about this group. I found out about this group through another gospel group. And I'm just so amazed by this group. They're probably very known to a lot of people in the gospel world, but new to me. The next selection is called Heaven by Forever Jones. And this is the live version of Heaven by Forever Jones.
Nice. I hear it's more than merely a human race, and I know it takes the gates of hell. I hear angels singing, majestic are you, Lord. The glory flowing from your throne, always and forever you reign. You are holy, yeah, holy, holy. Listen to me, it's a place where sadness is forbidden, and there are only tears of joy, and all rocky roads are smoothed away. Your beings are rejoicing and singing freedom songs, along with those who've been redeemed. I hear angels singing, majestic are you, Lord. The glory flowing from your throne, always and forever you reign. You are holy, yeah, holy, yeah, holy. Well, oh, and I can see it now. Love, joy, and laughter, the start of your presence, and the here ever after. Oh, I said that I can see it now. My only faith is everywhere, saying holy, holy, oh, angels singing, majestic are you, Lord. The glory flowing from your throne, always and forever you reign. My God, you're holy, holy, holy. Yeah, you are able, yeah, able. Yes, my God is able. I know that you are right there, right there, right there. Yeah, you are right there, right there, right there. You are holy, yeah, holy, holy. You're holy, holy, holy.
Thank you.
He's holy. Yeah.
Get up, Dad. Come on.
I praise you because you're so awesome. I praise you. I praise you. I praise you. Yeah. I praise you. You're amazing, God. I praise you. I praise you. I praise you.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. Heaven, Forever Jones. It's like they're creating. Every time I listen to that group, it's like they're creating a piece of heaven. Yeah.
The ladies are playing guitar, man. They're like, wow. Beautiful.
Yeah, that family is an amazing gospel family. I've been doing some research about the Jones singers and Forever Jones. It's just amazing, beautiful gospel music. I would encourage anyone to go check them out. Certainly.
Wow,
yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, they bring my soul. They sing my song "Happy." Well, Willie, I hope you enjoyed those selections.
I love them.
You know I want to entertain you.
What do you think? King Melvin?
Oh no, he's L's bringing the top. He's bringing the top 10. Top definitely. Top of the line quality.
Yes.
I wouldn't expect anything else.
Yes.
Well, thank you, King Melvin. Thank you, King Melvin. And Brother Willie, I'll let you know too. I've been in good conversation with T-Vaz, that artist, the young artist.
Oh, really? Great.
Yeah. We've been talking and stuff, and I'm helping him out, giving him some good sound advice, and he sent me a song.
Yeah, how did you like that song? I'm telling you, it's young, it's different. Us old musicians, we have a standard, traditional way of playing a chord progression. Man, it's different. It's totally different, man. And I mean, I really like it. It's a really nice song.
It is. It's trendy. It's very marketable. So I'm working with him. I'm wondering if we're probably going to come on and play a part of it on the radio, and maybe next week.
Absolutely. Well, that'll be up to you.
I like the fact that Willie's saying this is something out of the box. See, because that's what creativity is all about.
Yes.
I know we got our own tradition and whatnot, but when you have your tradition and experience, you can hit out of the box.
Yes.
So I'll be interested to hear about that too.
Oh man, you got to hear it. I mean, the way it comes on, the different sound is not like a regular chord that
That's what I love about creativity.
I mean, but our young people is just this is why you get so passionate about losing them.
Sure, of course.
Because they bring something to the world
that
only they can bring.
Amen.
And when they're just shut down in their tracks, no matter what, gangland, drugs, whatever.
No.
Yeah, they deserve a chance. They deserve a chance at life and a future.
And they bring so much to it, and I'm amazed because stuff that I love jazz music, and jazz is somewhat complicated, And it takes a minute to digest it, and it takes a minute to learn it. I mean, if you're gonna play jazz, man, you're gonna. It takes some time and putting some time.
Some work.
In it. Yeah. And these young people, it don't take them any time. They look at it, they see it. Well, I would do it like this. See, you play that, but if you go right here, you can come to that from here. They're like, that's 16 years old.
Yeah, they come wired like that.
Yeah, man, I'm like.
My little nephew, he was like, we was taking him and trying to, don't want him to play with the PlayStation and get on them channels that we don't want him to get on. I'm talking about, now this is going to blow your mind, I'm talking about 4.5 years old.
What?
He done saw his brother, do it. And we figured we plug it out and we good. He got the thing hooked up. I'm playing, and we looking at everybody like, you got to be kidding me. So I know what you're talking about. They come wired up like that.
Yeah.
Stuff that took me months and months to learn.
Of course.
And drilling.
Yes.
You see it and hear it one time.
Yes.
Tony will tell you. We got some young guys that come up to the mezzanine.
Yeah.
And these guys, they play classical.
Yep.
They play
I met one
jazz.
today. Yep.
They play blues, and they're trained, but then they go on their own. They do their own thing.
Yeah. A lot of black talent that comes through the Port Authority too. It's just amazing how these guys just like.
Well, we're gonna have a few of them coming down here.
Yeah, we should.
I already got the piano for them here.
Yeah.
Got it today, thank God.
Wow! Congratulations.
Absolutely.
Are you still getting video of the Port Authority, the people playing? Okay.
My phone is actually full. I got a card and everything. I got to empty it out.
You got to get those video cameras and bring them up there to the mezzanine and record all this talent that we got coming.
Yeah, we definitely will. We definitely will. Listen, our brother Fitzgerald, can you tell our listening audience how to get in touch with you?
Yeah, certainly. If you like your music to be played on Welcome to Music Land on 930 WPAT, certainly give me a call, 860-922-6983. That's 860-922-6983. 888-683. Leave a voice message, or you can even leave a text message. And I'm hoping to be able to play a nice variety of different types of music from different genres. So just don't think that the only music that we play is gospel music. Sometimes we play reggae. Sometimes we'll play some R&B. It just has to be, clean and appropriate for the air. But certainly we're here to help. If you want help with music production, certainly we're here to help in that way too. We have a couple of songs that are being produced right now, amazing songs, and we just keep evolving in terms of the quality and the just the composition of the songs. They're getting better and better, so I'm happy about that, Willie.
Okay. Might be cutting my album with me eventually, Brother Fitzgerald. I've been told I humble myself, and I think I have no musical singing ability at all, but a couple people told me that
he's got a great voice.
I'm like, I don't hear it at all.
He's got a great voice.
Wow, that's amazing.
Don't ask me to sing on the radio because I ain't going to do it.
That was my next question.
I ain't going to do it.
Hey, Tony, give me a call. Call me, certainly.
Yeah.
Please call me. We'll make something happen. Certainly.
If it's anything there, that's something that God gave me. And somebody, is Guy Elliott, who was on the show a few weeks back, he was like, I hear something. And then Willie said that he heard something. So I was like, well.
And this guy is a accomplished pianist. So like we get like the top of the top. We get classical players, we get jazz players, and just God is sending so many different people. He's allowing them to come in and just join in. It's like we've known them forever.
We got to harness it and make it into some kind of...
Absolutely.
I need musicians. We need musicians to lay down elements on these tracks.
Come to the Portathon. You'll find everybody that you need. They just come off the street and start playing that piano. Oh, my goodness.
We're going to recruit them and have them send us some recordings of their music. I want to use their elements in these song productions.
Yeah, it's like a lot of New York kids, kids from all over the world.
Singers, Frankie and
bass
all
guitar.
These, man, we thank God for them. We thank God for them. And that's if anyone of you would be interested in coming up to the mezzanine, Port Authority on 42nd Street, you are definitely welcome. We're there early in the morning every Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, supposedly. I haven't been here on a Tuesday because I do everything remotely. I'm learning that.
More so Wednesdays now, then, right?
Yeah, I'm always Wednesday, 10 o'clock, 10 to 12, and then we usually go from sometime a little in the afternoon.
Yeah, sometime 11:30, 12.
Yeah. But you're definitely welcome to come, and we just want to thank all of our listeners, and we want to thank our, for everybody that's out there. We want to let you know if you want to know a little bit more about the Christian Fellowship Council, you can go to CFC page, CFCpage.com. That's CFCpage.com, and you'll learn a little bit about our trucking, about our real estate. You'll learn a little bit, about some of the nursing, some of the programs that we have available for people. So you're definitely welcome to join. And if you'd like to give a donation, a tax credit will be issued, a tax write-off for whatever you donate. We thank you. If you go to CFC page, you'll see a donate button right there, and you can send in your donation, and we appreciate it. Nothing too small, nothing too large. Again, you can also listen to us on every Tuesday. We're on from 3 o'clock right on up to 6 p.m., just like today.
You're on at 6 o'clock?
Every Tuesday, we come on at 3 o'clock. Yours truly, at 3:30, we have our Dr. Ben Johnson with Coach Up, and from 3:30. After that program, at 5 o'clock, we have our Pastor Staten comes on with Exodus, and then we have our Pastor Keith Olden. After that, then we have the prophet. We have Prophet Apostle Garris. Yes, yes, yes. With Positive Proof Ministries comes on right on up from 5 to 6 p.m. And then on Wednesday, we come on, yours truly again, with all of our contributors from 3. Then we go right down to Positive Ministries, Into the Storm Ministries at 3:30 with Dennis. And then we go right on up to 4 o'clock where we have a guest. We talk about different things. We have a doctor sometimes. We have different people that, we interview. And then at 5 o'clock we have our Pastor Valerie. And then at we have our Sister Claudine. She comes on from 5:15 right on up to 5:30. Then we have our brother Fitzgerald, Candid Darrow, comes on with Musicland from 5:30 right on up, almost to closing. To now.
Yeah, almost. Like, got like 5 minutes left. Yeah.
So that's our schedule. And on Fridays we have our contributors again. We different subjects, and then at 3:30 we have Boyd, Anthony Boyd, with the top 10 countdown every Friday. And if you go right over to CFCGospelRadio.com. You can hear great gospel music 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's CFCGospelRadio.com. Again, CFCGospelRadio.com. We just want to thank God.
Of course, yes, amen.
For what He has done for us. We want to thank everybody that made this program what it is.
Yes,
and if you go over to WNSR, you can hear our 620 on your AM dial every Sunday. You can hear CFC from 7 p.m. right on up to 10 p.m. with different church ministries, different songs, different musicals, and you'll enjoy it every Sunday. That's right, Sunday evening from 7 to 10 p.m. With our only Dr. Lawrence Casper Staten as the director, and he puts on some great music, great programming. And again, you can hear him also on Tuesdays from 4 o'clock. That's right here on WPAT. So I just want to thank everybody. I want to thank Brother Tony hanging in there, being there, being right by my side, and just God just sent him. I thank God for him. And we want to thank our brother and dear friend, none other than King Melvin, who's sitting with us.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to let you know, some new stuff that's coming, but I'm not going to spill the beans right now. We want to thank our brother Gary for doing what he does, keeping us on the different platforms and everything. We thank God for him. We want to thank our brother Fitzgerald.
Yes.
And for bringing Musicland, doing what he does. We also want to thank our Dr. Johnson. He brings it when he brings it. I tell him with Coach Up Ministries. And we also want to thank our Sister Claudine with her ministry. We want to thank Pastor Valerie with her ministry every Wednesdays at 5 o'clock. So, again, we want to thank all of you out there, all of our listeners, all of you on YouTube, Facebook, all of the different platforms, and here on WPAT. We want to just thank all of our listeners for listening. And I know I'm missing somebody. I'm supposed to somebody else that's really here, and I'm not calling their names, but that's what happens when you start calling names. You start forgetting people, and but we just want to thank all of you. You make it possible. We thank God for your donations. We thank God for you participating and joining us with our programming. And again, you can go to YouTube, go to Willie Saunders CFC, and you will see these programs right there on YouTube. Again, I just want to say I thank God for us being here on Wall Street.
Amen.
Can you
Amen.
believe it? Straight out of the hood projects to Wall Street. Who'd have thunk, right?
Yeah.
Go figure.
Go figure.
But God.
Oh, they said, but God. So we just want to, again, tune in on Friday. We'll be right back with you this coming Friday, 3 o'clock. God bless.
God bless everybody.
Praise God.